Da 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 da. God. Snowflakes dancing, twirling slow. Hey, candy cane stripes on the mistletoe. Hey, church bells ringing, joy in the air. Ooh, road dogs rolling, love everywhere. Hey, stocking stuffed, the trees lit bright, feeling that peace on a holy night. Merry Christmas, road dogs, feel the cheer, feel the cheer. Season of our Savior, love is here, love is here. Oh, blessings rain, no need to hide, no need to hide. Merry Christmas, road dogs, let's ride. Hey, gravy on biscuits, cocoa steam, yeah, chestnuts popping, yeah, living the dream. Yeah, gospel choirs on the stereo loud, holy vibes lifting over the crowd. Lights in the window, hearts aglow, grateful for grace, let the spirit flow. Merry Christmas, road dogs, feel the cheer, feel the cheer. Season of our Savior, love is here, love is here. Oh, blessings raining, no need to hide, no need to hide. Merry Christmas, road dogs, let's ride. Ooh, merry cheer. Ooh, let's ride. Yeah. Snow falls, the world wrapped in a silver chain. Yeah. Fireplace crackle, but the warmth ain't the same. Yeah. Till the joy of the King lights the hearts of men. Peace like a river, flowing once again. Candles flicker, reflections on the glass. Time moves forward, but His love won't pass. Hallelujah, echoes through the streets. Angels harmony with the drumline beats. Oh, King of Christmas, reign in the night. Your love's the reason the season shines bright. Lift our voices, let the heavens hear. Warm, joyous Christmas, our Savior near. 808 thumping, got the sleigh bells too. Melody dancing in the cold night's hue. Gifts on the trees, but the greatest remains. Born in a manger, breaking sin's chains. Record scratch spin, rewind the birth. Glory to the highest, peace on this earth. Hallelujah, echoes through the streets. Angels harmony with the drumline beats. Oh, King of Christmas, reign in the night. Your love's the reason the season shines bright. Lift our voices, let the heavens hear. Warm, joyous Christmas, our Savior near. Oh.
Come closer. Come closer. The lights are low, the tree is aglow. Your eyes catch mine under the mistletoe. Snow falls soft, but my heart's on fire. Pull me in, take me higher. No gifts needed, just your touch so sweet. In this moment, I
party's winding down, the lights are dim, your coat's on the chair, but you're staying in. I say it's time to go, you flash that grin. One more drink, let the night begin.
My friends are calling saying, girl, come on. But your voice is smooth and the fire's still on. I know I should leave, but the vibe's too sweet. One more song, let's keep this heat.
The snow's falling hard,
the roads are ice.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for this evening's festivities. We like to begin with a little ritual we call the ringing of the cowbell. It's a very simple ritual to participate. If you so believe you would like to, you just pick up the nearest ding-a-ling to you and you start rubbing it and giving it a little shaky shake until it makes some noise and put smiles on people's faces. Everyone likes to have their ding-a-ling dingled. Tastefully, of course. Thank you for your participation. This evening's festivities will begin shortly.
For those of you out there that hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, frogs and squirrels, welcome to late night crypto with Road Dawg as we try to figure out what the hell's going on with Bitcoin. Again. It's like we're always trying to do this, right? All the damn time. Like, what are you doing, Bitcoin? Just never get an honest answer out of it. Just never get that. I'm going directly up to 102,000 and then I'm going to reverse. Nothing like that. It's just like, well, watch me and catch up if you can. That's kind of how we kind of play it. Seems to be how we do it. All right, so when we zoom out, this is the 1 hour chart. I'm just following trend lines I've got. They were probably on a 2 hour or a 4 hour, probably a 4 hour. Either way. That was the areas, the zones of resistance that we keep bumping our heads into, and well, this is no different. We bumped our heads right into that area again there too. Didn't quite come up to our little Fibonacci target area up here, that little 236 Fibonacci area that, you know, we need to get above to be, you know, relatively bullish and like we're going to try to do something, get out of this possible accumulation phase or possible last chance to get out phase. Depends on how you want to look at it. The glass half full or half empty. Oh man, is there a glass at all? I mean, I feel like everything's been taken at this point. So you can make some arguments that we're traveling, you know, going down these original trend lines here, and that's a bearish retouch in that guy. That doesn't really fit in there as perfectly as I'd like to see it on this time frame, though. No, you really don't. Yeah, actually, tell me something a little bit different. I want to hear what you got to say. That little candle body's got some stuff to tell us there. That little candle body kind of zooms it in, dials it in right here till we touch on the top of these candle bodies for resistance, and we are below that line at the moment, so it looks scary AF for Bitcoin. Is it going up? Is it going down? The Christmas rally over? Was that it? It's Monday, fake move Monday. Was that the fake move, and now they're going to take us down lower? They could. Right now, the smaller time frames are looking, well, even this one, the 4 hour. If I'm looking at my moving averages, I mean, there's still hope. You're in the middle of a red cloud, and you know this can happen, zigzag. There's this green cloud over here. It signifies that we could be popping out of it eventually, getting out of this situation. So that's kind of what the 4 hours is telling us. Our bigger moving averages, the ones that kind of rule the show over here, they're still in bearish formations. The only thing that we can hope for now is that the price starts working its way back up to talk to them, to touch them, try to get past them, to test them, if you will. So last night we were looking at Bitcoin, and well, we're looking at it on much smaller time frames, and I guess we will get to that. Let's go down to let's go down to a 1 hour. That's a little bit more feasible for us, right? And we were talking, and we were, man, hanging sideways all this time. And last night we were saying, really, our only goal right now is to start taking out these guys, man. Start taking out these guys. And most notably, keep our eye on this one, right, at 90,000. We got it. We took it out just a wee little bit. So if that was his main mission, well, mission accomplished, and then you just packed up and went home, didn't you? You're like, well, no extra credit for you. What the hell, Bitcoin? Where's your gumption? I mean, 91.3 was just right up here. You could have, a little breakout, a little, even if you came back in and fooled, well, you missed a perfect opportunity to go up here and just bear trap us. Why didn't you do that, Bitcoin? I mean, come on. We're just having a conversation with Bitcoin here. I gotta tell you, when we start coming up to the a little bit bigger time frames here, though, there's some things we need to check out on our indicators here. Now, there was a red dot here earlier, and there still could be. It may have popped on and then popped off. Money flows in the green. That's good, but that could be rolling over. It looks like it might be trying to. Stochastics are starting to come. This is the 12-hour. I'm going to zoom out to the daily. We had a green dot a couple of days ago on the daily. This is our second dot into it, but now we can see our stochastics are starting to come down a little bit. Looks like they caught some resistance underneath here. This triple top pattern we got on the stochastics over there. That was interesting. We did triple top. We came down here to the double bottom, come up, and then we got resistance right under there. It's just like price action, right? Kind of crazy, but we're on the daily. It's saying we're getting a little tired. Some resistance going on. 12-hour. Like I said, it did have a dot there. Maybe it. Okay, I'm checking out some different exchanges there. Nope, she's not there now. We come down to the 8-hour, and we do have it. And so this is at least a good 8 hours of fun and excitement out of bearish action out of Bitcoin. Yay, at least 8 hours, if not 24 or 48. Who knows? And if we come down to the 6-hour, I expect that we already have a red dot that is confirmed. And there it is. It has been confirmed on the 6-hour. On the 6-hour, the stochastics are almost down at bottom. So, hey, man, maybe some of it's kind of burning. Maybe we're getting most of it already. I don't know. 4-hour, you already had the red dot a couple of candles ago there. A couple of candles goes on the 2-hour. So our red dot has increased all the way up to the 8-hour. And gosh darn it, if it don't look like it's about ready to print again over here on this 12-hour. And we may be getting a push down, people. Maybe getting a push down, and I think that kind of sucks, but maybe. However, I've got to say there's some interesting contradictions here even on this 12-hour time frame. And I'm going to bitch about this because this is one of the little telltales that we look for a slam down thinking man mind just faked you out. You see how this 9 moving average is crossed bullishly over this descending 21 moving average? The green line crossed over the red line. That's bullish. So for us to test this area, okay, we'll give you that. Our candle body's still above the 9 moving average on here. This is what it looks like on the Christmas tree candles. Looks scary AF, right? We're right on candle bodies and prices, right on that 21 moving average. Could be keeping some support there. I know, that's where we got the red dot, though. And money flow coming in. It could go against us, too, but we're going to get something. We're going to get something out of that cross of the 9 over the 21. Whether it just slows the burn down or we start to recover here a little bit. So remember, that's a 12-hour candle that happened on. Or, well, it hasn't even... Oh, you just now printed on the 12-hour? We just looked at you just a second ago and you weren't there. Now you decided, now that I finally found a hopeful situation, you're going to put... Yeah, you suck. You suck. I'm just voicing my frustration here, people. How you doing, everybody? Glad to see you. 10 people hanging out with me tonight. And I want to work my way down through here from Bitcoin again, if you don't mind. Put me over on my regular candles, because my Hakinashis. All right, so here on the 4-hour, and this is a good one to watch for Bitcoin. I kind of like this one. This one looks like we got a halfway decent chance. Okay, 4-hour looks like we got a halfway decent chance to do a little recovery action here. At least go sideways a little bit and try maybe to catch a pump here. Now we've lost our 382 Fibonacci, and that is this guy. That was the first place we're hoping that we're getting a strong bounce from, right? Oh yes. Bro, your music dropped is stuck on a loop. I got music stuck on a... Oh, I see what you are. Did that take care of it? I see what the culprit is. I thought I had that one turned off. Music's too loud, you say. How about now? Power Princess, where he's throwing. No. I put a new graphic on, our little Santa Claus, but they come with noise, and I thought I had it turned off on this scene, and I don't, so I apologize. That happens. Well, it happens sometimes. That should be taken care of it right now. It was the looping music. Got it? Okay, good. All right, well, so I've been talking, and I don't know if you guys could have heard what I said or anything, but we got some mixed signals here. She's looking kind of bearish, but there's some of these mids 4 hours. I see some hope on the 4 hour. It's slim. It's there. The Ichimoku Cloud's got us some hope. I like the setup on the Ichimoku Cloud, to be honest with you. The moving averages here have got some hope. A lot of work to do on these moving averages, though. But what I was saying, that if you pull our fibs from low to high, this is the 382 area. We've kind of lost it as far as price action goes. The candle bodies are still kind of hanging out there. Might get some traction there, but still kind of eyeballing the 0.5 down here, about 87.5. Yeah, we might. Either one of those is pretty decent places to bounce, but the 382 would have gave us a really cool target area to shoot for. A nice higher target of, oh man, actually all the way up here to 94,235, and a nice secondary target right here at 92.8. If we can bounce from the 382 area, if we can bounce from here. Now, if we come down here, this one can stick, but this one goes away. If we come down to the 0.5 area. So how are we doing, everybody? We having a good night tonight? We heard you, but we also heard the industrial porn music again. Gosh, I know it. I can't pull my fib. Striga says, I can't pull my fib without the music. Chris Klein says, yeah, I was getting into it, to be honest. Candle body closed. Wicks are just wicks. Wicks are wicks. They're a body on some candles a lot of times, though. So there is a chance here where we can bounce out the 50 moving average and recover. The 9, again, is above the 21. There's not a bearish cross there. We could be doing the little range thing, and this is still part of our fake out Monday. So they decided to pump us up a little bit Sunday to Monday, and we've seen this before, and then they decide not to do it again, right? Let it die down. Now I'm curious to see what happens tomorrow and Wednesday. This is making me think that maybe we might have a little something, but then again, we got some of those bigger time frames also showing some bearish things. We're just in a tricky place for Bitcoin right now, right? And then when I show you another possibility here for a much lower price, you're going to hate on me, I think. But there is something here that does bring us down. They could, okay. Was it you? I had this earlier, but I didn't want to scare the bejesus out of everybody. We already did that. We're cool with that one. It was here. It was local. We came up to here, and this one could take us down to a 113 area, which is basically coming back all the way back down to the trend line area right down here. Oopses. So we're looking about 83.7, 83.8 if this pattern confirms. Not just saying, but we did make our higher high. We fell within the parameters for us to retest these areas. It could be as low as 83.8, or it could be right here at the 886. It's one of those two targets right there. So we'll put these guys on the board here, the 113. Let me color code it so I know what I'm looking at. But that's a possibility too. It doesn't have to play out. And matter of fact, here on the 4 hour, you're kind of like, I don't know if it doesn't look like it could do it. But what we do have is just, we don't have a good solid trend line at all. We got this, and that's clearly been broken. That's the best that we can do here from the bottom candle bodies here, or even if we go with the candle wicks. It's about as best as we can do in the full 4 hour here. We definitely broke that little sucker, right? Now, if we just want to take a little measure move and a conservative one, take that last little high and put it there to the breakout area right here. It says maybe 87.2, maybe. Okay, I'll take that into consideration. Oh, let's tighten it up and put it at the actual. Oh, what was that? Put it at the actual breakout over here. That takes us to, okay, well, that putting it over the actual breakout area on the smaller time frame so we can dial it in a little bit better. Does take us down to the 0.5. That's where I'd like to see us hold. That means we got to briefly wick below the 200 moving average. Now here on the 1 hour, let me point out what's good and what's bad, and well, with our moving average strategy and whatnot, if you will. The 200s down here on the 1 hour, that's a great place to bounce. This is positive. The 100 is above it. 50 is above it. This looks good. The only ones that are testy are the bigger ones, but still. We got Miss Lucy. She's above 800. This does not look as bearish as... it doesn't look as bearish as I'm seeing it presented, or as bearish as I was starting to think that it might be. So we're looking for a channel to form at some point for this trend line to just kind of get a little bit more set in, I guess we would say. It's just got this is not an easy one to track right here. So there's a few little tricks that I like to do, and I like to look for angles. And if we're on this little run here, let's see if this will give us a little something here. See if it kind of lines up with that 50 Fibonacci area there when we pull this guy. So I like to take the angles from bodies to bodies, from this high to that high, and I'll take that little guy and I'll just move him down here. Put him right under here. I want to put him first underneath the very bottom candle body, and that does kind of line up really nicely right there with that area, doesn't it? Let's put it up underneath the majority of these bodies, and there's a little bit of angle respect right there, and maybe that'll be a place. And this will just be the bear trap area. Maybe it doesn't have as, we'll just use it for some wiggle room in case we need some wiggle room. I'll go all the way to the wick on that one if I need to. Let's try bodies first. Bodies represent the strongest part of the move anyway. Alright, so measure move that can take us down there if we're looking at that idea, 200 moving average that we hope to find some support on. Let's venture on down to the old 6 minute and see what's going on. And this is where we are. We're fighting with that 382 Fibonacci. That was, we were hoping we were going to catch it. We went below it. A little higher low, came down, nabbed it perfectly with a nice hammer candle. That looked bullish, looked like we were going to go for another higher high there, or it looked like. But if you follow the trend line there, you see what really happened, right? It came up for a bearish retest on that. This is when I started going short, and I was short, and then we started coming back up, and I don't think I've got a short going on right now. What have I got going on right now? I've got a little long going on, which is not looking good at all. And as a matter of fact, that to me, that looks on the small time frame here, this looks like total rejection off of that 382. So the 4 hour, the 1 hour look like they might be promising. The bigger ones, like the 12 hour, look kind of 8 hour, 6 hour. They're like it might be kind of shaky. And then here we are on the very smaller ones, and they're like, this looks like a rollover. I mean, this looks totally like a rollover below the 9 moving average and everything like that. We got some bearish crosses happening here on the 6 minute with the 100 crossing the 800 right there. And I gotta say, she's just is not that fun, and in all this chop, and it just seems to just slowly dwindle away. So since we just now flipped under here, at the resistance, and if you go down to the 1 minute, you're going to have the head and shoulders people. And actually, I'm not going to bitch about this head and shoulders idea because price came in from the bottom for it. I only bitch when people like to read these when price comes down to it and makes them. But this is a possible head and shoulders here on the 1 minute at resistance area here, and we see it playing out. I just recently flipped my trade since I saw that we were underneath that. I reversed it over here, so I'm in a short right now. This would be well. Let me define the head and shoulders, because you could be looking at this and you might be seeing it two different ways here. Actually, and that's what makes it tricky when you see these people. Use this pattern, and I am a pattern trader, don't get me wrong, but some people be looking at this as a possible inverted head and shoulders, and okay, I was seeing that too, and I'm like, and then here at the very top, this is what I was just talking about. This does constitute a possible head and shoulders. I'm not seeing the confirmation, or yeah, we got the neckline, didn't we? It's a slanted neckline. It's kind of more like this, if you want to consider it that way. Okay. I prefer these to be at tops, but at resistance, technically they can play in. But I would prefer, be like at, top of a trend line, or top of a higher high or something like that, to be looking for head and shoulder reversals. But this did look like it had a little something. It's a nice little V-shaped recovery looking thing going on, but we just we couldn't get back up there. Maybe that'll change. They may just be playing with us right in this area. You know how the little dirty bastards like to do. But here on the 1 minute, we did get a bearish cross of the 200 over the 360, and that's leading to some rollover. So I would say things look like they're trying to slowly take us down to this 0.5 Fibonacci if we cross, if we're lucky enough to hold it, right? We don't know if we're going to hold it for sure, but we could. We did make a lower low here. Little dirty bastards take us up to a higher high and then take us down to a lower low. And we could be, another idea to look at is where this might be expanding out here, and I'll go to the very ends of it. Right now we could draw a trend line here, and it could be spelling a slow burn down to a lower low about 87.7. I don't know, still looking for whatever's going to happen here. If we pull our fibs over here and do some stuff, I mean, we did come down to some areas. That's why that was a good place. That's one reason why I was looking at this V-shaped recovery. I'm like, you bounced from 113. I'm like, oh, this could be going against me. And I flipped from my short to long. So there's some flip-flopping going on over here, and I don't like to flip-flop on these little things, because that just ends up eating into your capital little by little. A death by 1,000 cuts there. Meanwhile, so Bitcoin is looking at this action again back on the 4 hour, something a little bit bigger, just to get a feel for what's going on. Bearish moving averages, and they've got to be reckoned with. We got to go up and talk to them if we're going to do anything about it. The other moving averages, I mean, technically you're bearish. You're under the 200 moving average. 100 is above it. That's hopeful. There's some bearish crosses going over, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done here. And we're right in the middle of the red Ichimoku cloud, which is technically, by Ichimoku cloud trading strategy, the no trade zone. So listen, I'm opening that short. Shut up, Sean. That's the last time you... Hey, everybody. How's it going? So... a fun-filled holiday weekend for Bitcoin is what it seems like, because everybody's going to be on the road traveling, not much going on. It's not like everybody's going to be glued to their screen 24 hours a day over the next few days without some kind of distractions going on. I'm kind of curious how this is going to play out, and even into the next week after Christmas, as we got a lot of tax loss harvesting that is be going on throughout this month, and sales of things that are down, which will push them down lower. Scary things like that to consider. And what is this big trend line right here that we have? That's the one that we just spelled out a minute ago, right? Coming from these bodies to bodies that we just can't seem to get back above. So we're in a bearish retest situation, in my personal opinion, even though we did take out that high. You've got a lot of stuff to... You better straighten up, Bitcoin. I'm just saying, you need to straighten up. Do something. So watching the MACDs here, because they're kind of cool. Trying to flip bearish on the 4 hour, not great. Trying to flip bearish on the 6 hour, hadn't done it yet. Looking a little tired here on the 8 hour, and the 12 hour is the first little histogram of lighter colors indicating a possible rollover might be starting. And the fun days of Bitcoin we got, when you're hoping it's going to keep going up, and she says, hell no, I want to keep going down for whatever reason. Meanwhile, you're watching silver and gold hit like all-time highs again, because look at... I like to look at XAUT or Pax Gold, about the same thing here. But gold sitting at, oh really? 44. Didn't you go up to 45? I thought I saw Pax G at like 45. It went right at it, but yeah, just right under 4,500 on this one. This is Tether Gold. And I've got targets 45, 92, 48, 83, still up there, and 51, 5,100, almost 5,200 for bigger targets. And she just keeps it pumping, and that makes me wonder, what the hell's the world thinking, man? Are they that scared? Or do they just wise up? Usually, one of the concerns I have about people buying gold, you see that happen a lot during wartime. And so I'm always wondering, when gold goes up, is somebody planning a bigger war out there? Is it the elites out there starting to stack up before the actual event happens or something like that? And goodness gracious, the state of our world today, you don't know what the hell's going to pop off in the next, and they just seem like they like to fight too damn much around here for some reason. I don't know. Maybe if you just let them kill each other off, there won't be anybody there to argue with anybody. Just let them fight it out. I don't know. Because you try to be peaceful with them and work peace deals, and they're saying, "Screw you. He is not sincere. We will bomb them ahead of them before they can bomb us." No, well, you guys kind of suck. Jesus said to love your neighbor, not kill your neighbor. My goodness. Here we are on gold, from this high down to this low. Swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is going to go. Where did you bounce from the first time? That would be more helpful. We're approaching. No, we got this. I'm sure that's why we got the target right up here. There's a 1.272, which I happen to like those regardless of where we bounced off of, because it's a square root of the 618, and it just seems to have a special, even if price were to end up going through it, there would be some kind of hiccup there in most cases. And so 45.34 is a nice little target area for this one for gold. But I believe we had an AB equals CD that was taking us all the way up there. We had a 382 pullback. Was that right? Is that what we were looking at? Almost. Yeah, we got a good chance of really? I gotta adjust that. I'll put you on there. We'll do it this way. I may have to revamp my targets, but there's one at 5,000, right at 5,000. From this bottom to here to where we bounce back, did our little double bottom there and come up that $5,000 target. Looks like where we're trying to head for gold. Looking at something like silver, which is off the chain right now. And our target was $70, and gosh darn it, we are right at it. I heard some reports it was 70 or maybe even 72 on some places. Maybe it just hasn't caught up here on this is CFDs on silver. And it's still here on the 4 hour. Of course, I don't think it's trading at the moment. I think that's right. No, I guess it is. It says 22 o'clock. You got the green dot saying silver want to go up. My goodness. You just broke a level right there. Silver, you're going to be up one more dollar. I expect to see a pullback here, but how much of a pullback will it be? Will it just be a shallow pullback like this? Will we just continue up? Probably so. I mean, I don't see anything trying to slow silver down whatsoever just yet. Here on the daily, you just got a green dot from yesterday, I believe. Crazy as that seems. That bearish divergence they had didn't do much. Just took it from 69 down to 66. That was it. So silver looking kind of funky, looking kind of sexy, really. Hey silver, how you doing? It is 11:11, people. Let me come over and say hello to everybody in the chat. We got 15 people here tonight. Thank you for being hanging out with the turkey.
For those of you out there who have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
We got Chris Klein in the house. Shout out to Chris Klein. Smash that like button. Shout out to Postmodern Oddities. And to Floki's Angels. I love that. Oh, and why is it so? Oh, we forgot to turn the light on in the studio, so my eyes look darker. I knew that happened. And Chris Klein was number one tonight. First in the room tonight. Shout out to Chris Klein. We got Strega in the house. Shout out to Strega. 505 Cult. Road Dawg Show is life itself. Oh, thank you for being here, 505 Cult. Always a pleasure to have you here on the stream. We got Joe from Trade Intuition, fellow YouTuber. Welcome over here. Here's BitBoy Channel. He's like he's had a lobotomy when he talks now. Totally different from what he was last cycle. We got Joe, Trade Intuition, also a fellow YouTuber. If you're not checking him out, I'm going to ask you, well, why not? He streams right before I do. Excellent person to watch for you while you're waiting for me to come on stream. I'm just saying. All right, let me get past the music stuff. Justin Bakasek says, well, we're going to get the next pump. I got a nickname for the fake out. V-shaped pump in the middle of a rounded bottom. How about the little dicky Ooh, a little dicky pattern. Can we seize it? I mean, oh, I'm on silver. Let's go back to the little dicky pattern. Oh my gosh, she is doing like a Adam and Eve type pattern here. That's a very high and tight Eve, if you will. Is it going to stick? You think it'll stick? The smaller time frames look a lot more bullish than the bigger ones, right? I can say so. It looks like we might have some retest on the way here on the smaller time frames. Ichimoku Cloud looks pissed off as hell to me though. I don't trust that one at all. I'm on a tiny 3-minute time frame here. That was the beautiful trend line right there, and I was following this, and I drew it. I first found it on the 15 and drew it on the 15 because I wouldn't have seen it on the 1 minute. It would have been cutting through all these candles and everything. But I saw that and I was like, oh yeah, that's more of a retest than it trying to come back up for a higher high there. And I think with our Fibonacci, it was probably about a 0.5, was it? Well, from here. No, you're 618. Really? Really? So we did a 618. And a little bit lower than an A equals CD. V-shaped recovery, and that is the target that we held here when we got out of the V-shaped recovery. Looking for ideas. What I hope that I'm not seeing is just where we get these little moves that just keep coming up and then keep rolling over and coming down. Keep coming up like... We can make an argument for a long here. We can. I don't know how far that long would get. So you had a 0.5 right now and you couldn't get past it twice. Okay, that's a little bit of a warning sign here. That's a little bit of a warning sign when we're struggling with a 0.5. We definitely don't want to see that idea. We don't want to see that happen. And pattern-wise, I guess the closest thing that I would have to represent that would be the idea of a bear flag. I'm looking at an A equals CD, but they intertwine on some of these things, right? You could be looking at that, and then you got the other pattern traders that are going to be hoping for a Adam and Eve bottom. And is there a reason? Do they have hope for that? I mean, is there a valid reason where we at a bottom area that was legit, other than the one that we just drew? Because that really doesn't count. Well, just 2 touches there, maybe 3 if we count that, but that's a little, a little suspectable. So let's go from over here, and yeah, we can say that there's an argument. There's an argument for this to be a type of bottom pattern, V-shaped recovery from the 113. But still, you got all this mess over here to deal with. But I gotta say, at least here on the 3 minute, they're in good order. They're in good order. So yeah, they're on this particular time frame. It looks better. The 1 minute starting to look a little. They're totally reversed here on the 1 minute. They're bullish on the 3 minute, bearish on that's wild. Bearish. What I'm talking about are the bigger moving average: 800, 600, 300, 200. That's bearish AF here on the 1 minute. But go up one more time frame. And even though you got, these guys down here, they're in bearish formation. These guys are in bullish formation, suggesting that we could be pulled back up toward this way. Let's go to the 6 minute, and how are they over here? They're also bullish. 200 moving average is 89,000. And here I am losing on my short here, and we need to put a stop loss in right here, 88,327. Now I get, oh man, what? You can't let me do that. Why not? Entire position. Oh, let's take profit and stop loss. How much I got in here? $4. All right. Well, it looks like that trend line may have got some respect right there. There is not a good entry anywhere, not a good solid entry or any solid play in my personal opinion at the moment, unless you were trying to get in on the nitty gritty 1 minute and play that little possible Adam and Eve formation. It might be, it may not be. It might just be a bear flag. But that's a nice wick. That's a nice wick on that candle at a Fibonacci area. So I put those things together and I think, well, maybe. So I got a stop loss set on my short, so if it goes up, it'll stop me out. And actually, I just set it to reverse, so guys, I just feel like flopping and groping apparently tonight with all these mixed signals. Meanwhile, how we doing, guys? We've got and thank you, John Gregory, for the $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much for that. Give you a shout out for letting me know about the music situation. Unfortunately, it's that time of night where, well, we do have to get a word from our sponsor, Good Ass Coffee.
The morning's gray, the clock's a foe. The world outside moves slow, so slow. But there's a spark, a golden glow. Good ass coffee's here, you know. Oh, the best part of waking up is good ass coffee in your cup.
The whistle never works. How we doing, everybody? The music's gone. All right, I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. I might miss a few comments or something. I'll see what I can catch here. I'm under the hype train 119. That is never correct, but that would be awesome. We had 119 people. We got 17 people hanging out according to mine. We got Johnny December. How's it going, Johnny December? That is a cool ass name. Glad to have you here, my man. Justin says people have started to think Bitcoin is like other assets. While it may behave the same for moments in time, eventually they can't keep the price down because of limited supply. And then the unwind pump. LFG. I like the way you think, Justin. That's I just I wish it was easier to accumulate when you're on a limited income at this point of the game. Green Finger says Strega said up only. Well, Strega's always right. Then everyone seems to have forgotten that the entire world is about to be tokenized, true, and the blockchain and DeFi is going to change the way we do life. It will. DeFi is going to be a big thing. That's why I think some DeFi plays are kind of interesting, especially the decentralized ones. Sentiment feels completely off to me, although they will start to take sentiment is off. They will try to push you more towards centralized platforms, push you more toward the Coinbases and whatever else they get to compete with Coinbase and blah 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 and BlackRocks, and you know they're going to try like they can to centralize every a majority of crypto. I believe will be centralized from here on out. I think that's probably the best way to say it. A majority of the new cryptos coming out will probably be more centralized than ever because it's the bigger players in the game that don't believe in all this crap that made Bitcoin great. However, the decentralized aspect is the superior asset, in my personal opinion. And I am all for open source and decentralization. Yeah! I found out about Bitcoin back in 2012, early 2013, because it was open source and I was out researching open source DIY projects like 3D printers, CNC machines, and all that kind of stuff. And that's how I first came across Bitcoin. Saw it in a few articles and thought, that's interesting. I can understand it. What the hell is it? That's weird. Huh. Saw it again about 4 or 5 months later and said, huh. And then eventually I kept seeing it, and then one day I said, you know what? Maybe I ought to try to get some. I found out you could do miners. I was like, well, why don't we mine some? Let's do that. And that started my journey right there. Then at some point you realize that the mining stuff is just a big ass game, right? By the time you get your mining equipment, and by the time it earns a return on investment, if it ever does, then it's outdated. And oh look, they got new products for you to buy that are 3 times as expensive. And it's like you just spend money to make them money, and they get all the money. So at some point you say, well, it's probably just cheaper just to buy Bitcoin. And then you jump into that world, and then you're saying, well, maybe we should buy it low and sell it high. And then that's when you get into the trading thing, and then you're like, why is this not working? And that's where we end up here today. And still half the time I'm sitting here thinking, this year, especially this year, why is this not working as good as it should? Why are all the things that worked before? Why are you not playing ball, Bitcoin? Now, the TA is always solid, but the execution and the mindset and the psychology, that's the things you got to work on here when you're in this game, right? That risk management being the ultimate thing. If we're squeezing the tip like so many people like to do over here. Oh, look, you had a bar up there. Look at you. How cool. Can we get a double bottom kind of here with a lower low? Or are we just going to roll on over? Or we're just going to hang out and just stay all the way through here. We're at 88,200. This is the same place that we were at last night and the night before, and I believe every damn show that I've had this week, we've been in the same area. And in betwixt our shows, we reach these new highs, or we reach these highs, or we reach these lows. We had the little heartbeat thing here on Friday, 89, then came down to 86, and then they want to take 89 and 87. Now we got 90, and are we coming to 86 again? I mean, are we going to even it out here on both sides of this red line or orange line or something? Because you seem to like to do something along those lines there. Man, oh man, you're just not fun to trade as you used to be, Bitcoin. Make me wish I'd turned you over for some silver instead of turning my silver over for Bitcoin. That's all I'm saying. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Didn't do it. Mining since 2012. You got some nice. Well, no. The mining thing stopped because my miner got burned up in a fire. So the mining. I've been wanting to get back into mining at least Bitcoin. I do have some Caspa miners. Are they running right now? Because them suckers don't earn anything. But no, I haven't been mining straight since 2012. I think the last time my miner burned up in 2018. I had it probably about a year and a half before that fire came and got it. And I had a Decred miner, which I never set up. I didn't have the proper electricity to set up as many miners as I had, but I got an S19. I had to take one of the cards out so I wouldn't overload the power, so I wasn't running it at full capacity back then. But it was doing. I like mining because you get something. Right now, the closest thing I have to mining is my Stacks, the Stacks coin STX, which let me see what it's doing right now. Because I got that staked, and about every 2 weeks I get Bitcoin rewards from having it staked. So, and I've done the numbers, and it's not near as good. It's about 1/5 the production, 1/3 to 1/5 the production of what you would get for the same amount put into a Bitcoin miner. But I don't have electricity cost or potential for fires or equipment replacement or anything like that. But I like the use case for Stacks, and oh my God, you are so cheap right now. My goodness, you are so cheap right now. Stacks. This is no, that wasn't October 10th. This is October 10th. Looks like what got Wit's going to get candlesticked. What is that? Are you coming back down to 20 cents? I find that hard to believe on Stacks, why it would be so undervalued like this. A layer 2 for Bitcoin. I mean, I know it's not sexy now, but I think it's got possibility to be. Here on the weekly, you've had a green dot on this one. She's down at the bottom, man. Stacks. I mean, we've seen it go up to 351. Imagine getting it around 20-25 cents, and then at some point over the next 3 to 4 years, if you are able to sell it for profit like that would be awesome. I didn't sell mine for profit. I just let mine stake all the way through there, but it was up at 369. I remember those bags being huge. I was getting some good rewards then too. You made the lower high, darling. You come all the way back. Oh my gosh, that is so wild. I mean, on one level, you got to look at these altcoins and say, and we're just now starting the bear market? Because my gosh, I mean, we were back here at this was balls deep in the bear market here, right here, January 2020 or December 2022, balls deep in the bear market, and we're right there, man. We found ourselves, ironically, the same place that we were roughly about 4 years ago. I guess we're right on time then, aren't we? Well, don't that suck? Were you able to pull that off in November? That was November, December 2021 when they topped out, right? Comparable to our October of this year. So you've already traveled a whole year's worth in just 6 months. Is that what I'm looking at, or is this was December of last year. That was 1 year. 1 year ago, Stacks was at 288. December of last year. That's when all of our altcoins hit their second best high, their second highest high, and on altcoins, man, those 2 periods. If you didn't get out, you didn't do it right, and I didn't get out. I took some profits, but I didn't get out. Should have just got out. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Lessons learned for another day. That was the nice parabola that lost it. This is a good lesson to learn on the parabolas. When they lose it, there's no use of being in it anymore. You just leave them alone when they lose the parabola. Until they get down to the juicy bottoms, where we're at right now. But anyway, Stacks, it earns me something every couple of weeks. I get Bitcoin. It's already made back. What I put into Stacks, I've already got that over in Bitcoin. It's already paid for itself in Bitcoin. So I'm in Stacks for the long haul. I'm just letting it stake over there and make Bitcoin. I think I started picking it up somewhere around 28 to 30 cents is where I got the majority of it. And I'm sure I bought some a little higher. So I'm underwater on it, definitely. For what I paid for it originally. But it makes me some Bitcoin. What sort of leverage do I do? It varies, but I usually not much. Now I do a lot of spot margin trading. Actually, the bulk of what I trade is on spot margin, and I trade it differently. It's different than what you do with perps. Okay, it's more like position trading and longer term swings and things like that. That I do with that, and that leverage is set usually from 3 to 5x for altcoins and 10x for Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then when I use perps on Ourbit over here, which is, are you going against me again, you little bastard? I'm using about 21x, which is technically a little bit too much for me to use over here to comfortably get my stop losses and control my risk. I've said I need to lower it, and I probably do need to. I normally a lot of times I'm trading about anyway 8 to 10x on Bitcoin, usually somewhere through there. It may vary. It depends on what I'm doing, right? It depends on what I'm doing, because if you're doing an actual trade, like say if we're going to do perpetual futures or something, right? The leverage doesn't matter. It just matters where you put your stop loss and your risk management. So if I had a trade here that I wanted to take up to, let's say, if it was even feasible, and a stop loss, I like tight stop losses. But let's say if I was doing something like this, as long as I don't lose more than 2% of my account at my stop loss, I can make my leverage whatever. But one thing that I do like to do that's kind of different to that, I mean, some people would jump into the trade like, well, I could use 20x and still only lose my 1%. Okay, that's the way you should look at it, or one way to look at it. Another way is, what if I start out with I don't know, 2 or 3x on like a Bitcoin trade, or if I'm on stacks like an altcoin trade like this. What if I start out at 1x, and if it takes off, and with a decent position size, right? And my stop loss is still the same, but I just have to put more of my money up front into the trade, right? 1 or 2x. And if it goes in my favor, I can pull that money out by raising the leverage. So let's say with stacks, if it caught here and it started going up like this, by the time it got up here, I've got to know maybe probably 1x, maybe 2. Let's say 2x. I might increase it to 3x at some point, maybe 5x, and at some point I might take this thing up to 10x, have my stop loss to where it comes down and stops me out. I can put it up to 100x leverage if I wanted to. I just have to deal with the fees. Remember, that's how they get you. Raise that leverage up, you're borrowing money, they're going to charge you for it. And so when it closes out, they're going to take a bigger chunk if you got more leverage. You got to keep that in mind too. But so it technically doesn't matter as long as your risk is in control. And if you work that out, I mean, you can be very flexible with it. You can jump in at high leverage as long as you know that, or you can do what I've been playing around with, and I kind of like this idea of jumping in a little bit with lower leverage and then pulling out. And that way I got more collateral to put into something else, or maybe even to add back into the trade if I want to. But again, the higher leverage you got, also you add to a position up here. Your entry was here, and all of a sudden now your entry's jumped up to here, your average entry. So it kind of screws things up when you add things to to a leverage trade, or it can if you do it at the wrong times. But I do kind of like the starting out with lower leverage and then pulling out. I do kind of like that, because when you go into drawdown, it's not as severe, right? It doesn't have as much of a psychological effect on you. You know exactly what you got. But when you got leverage and you start going to the drawdown, that's when it starts working on your psychology, because you're not really envisioning the multiples that it goes into drawdown, right? At 1x going down $1, you're like, fine. At 10x, that's $10, and you're like, holy shit, wait a minute. 20x, like, oh, am I just lost $20 like that? What the hell? And that starts effing with you. But if you're on 1x, and that's just $1.50. Okay, I'm cool. And then if it goes in our favor, then we can start taking advantage of it, right? But it doesn't matter. It doesn't. In the one sense, it really doesn't matter, because no matter what your leverage is, if you change it in between, you're still going to make the same amount of money when you get that target. It's all based on what you're risking. The multiples are based on your risk factor, what you're willing to lose in there. Steve is looking delish, smooth and clear like Jenny's double bottoms. We like those double bottoms. Them double bottoms are sexy. Well, I haven't seen any bitrate errors up. I usually get those late at night, so well, that's good. We'd be thankful for that. The Bears did? Are you kidding me? Well, I'd never kid you. I'd kid you all the time. I'm just lying. Late night, or last Christmas, I thought it was finally starting. They said, nope, gotta wait another year. Man, December is... Oh, man, we hope so much for December. And it's so easy to remember. I mean, it's so easy to forget all the other stuff that goes on in December. All the sell-offs and the bigger players and things like that. They look at it a little bit different in December. It's like, time to wrap it up! Yeah! December's, I just think, except for the few that have been bull market tops, like well, last year was kind of cool. And 2017, I think that was in December too, when we went up about 17,000 or something in Bitcoin altcoins. And then after that, that's when altcoins went on their explosive rally, right? I don't think it doesn't seem to work that way anymore. Scar Jessica says that's what they said every year. Yeah, and I've been listening and researching and doing some other stuff, and I'm finding a lot of evidence to say it's a good idea if you wrap things up in December like everybody else does. I'm just saying, it's not a bad idea, and I've been contemplating doing that. Today would have been a pretty good day to wrap some things up when we were up there, but what was going on in my life at this point? Because I think I was asleep again. Was I? Maybe. I don't know. Or some stuff was going on. I wasn't around to do it. Chris Klein says, it's definitely bear season. I mean, Chicago clinched the playoffs this week, too. Heck yeah. Go Bears. There you go. The Bears. Scardesco says, that's why I don't think this is a bear market. These alts are lower than the last one. Oh, as far as altcoins go. Oh, yeah, that's we were talking about most of the altcoins being at their bottoms again. I know that's a tricky thing to think. And so that leads a little credence to, or credibility to the idea or the hope that maybe 2026 will have something for us, right? Because we got cheated out of it this year. Altcoins got cheated out of it. It was 2024. 2024 was the year for altcoins, and only the spring and winter of those. The rest of the time sucked. Well, let's take a look at some things here. I want to take a look at Cake. See what Cake is up to. Decentralized exchange. I like Cake. I don't ever use it as much because, well, I kind of regard Binance projects as being a little scammy from last cycle. I'm just saying. Talking about UCOAI as one of the latest examples. Now we got what's the coin out that they got now? Beat. Alderia. So Cake is at an 886 retracement right here from this wick to that high. I think we looked at this, well, a while back. several days ago, and it's just been holding there. That's pretty cool. So 176, it's at 183 now. Let's see, what do we got going on here, moving average wise? There's a bearish cross happening here. 600 over 800. That's not the end all be all. We can definitely come right back up there in that area. 200 is up at 254. From here to there, you just hit what, 272 area? Closing candle bodies above the 272. I just wonder if you got a little something in you. Cake? Can we get a short-term trade out of Cake? Ichimoku Cloud's looking interesting. Here on the 1 hour, these things have flipped, but they're spread apart right now. And after they spread apart, all these bigger ones and all these other moving averages, then you start seeing them bunch up together. You start seeing the smaller ones starting to cross and consolidate. And that's when you start looking for a turnaround here with the moving average strategies, when they start crossing. When you start seeing your 9s and 21s crossing over your 50s and recovering these guys. And then we're consolidating. 200 moving average comes down here, and eventually we take it over if we're bullish and start heading back and taking care of these guys, right? That's what we want to see happen after we get the nice spread. Here was a nice little example. Well, here's some other examples of it, I guess. You see them spread out, and then you see the price starting to climb back up through and talk to them, right? That's what we want to see. After they cross and then spread out, we want to see price start to climb the ladder of moving averages. And I've got some good ladder climbing moving averages that I use. And I'm sure there's other ones out there too that work equally well for other people. This is just the ones that I've found that really help me out a lot. And the bigger ones, I'm telling you, man, ever since I added these 3 to my 5 moving average strategy, so helpful. In short, it's like it's almost equivalent. I look at it, it's like me looking at a higher time frame too, and looking at those moving averages. It can work that way too, but they're good overall momentum indicators. And we're getting some traction out of here. We haven't made a higher high yet. We made a higher low. Double bottom possibility here. You're making me want to try to look for an entry here. 9 cross bearish over the 21, so well, does that mean you got some lows? You might be coming down here, 182 or something. That's like a penny away. Let's come down to the 15-minute on Cake. What we got going on? It looks like you've got looks like you're working on a. No, you messed that up. If I'm trying to count Elliott waves or whatever, I mean 1, 2, I see that. This would be my 3. You would think that would be your 4, but now it come down here and overlap this, so that can't be. That breaks the rules. Let's see what Elliott. Let's get Elliott out. Elliott, what do you see? Let's go down the smaller time frame. How the hell did you count that? What the hell is this bullshit voodoo? And my MYX alert's going off. I guess we can't seem to get past that price either. I think I've had that thing set for about a week. It's been going off randomly. I guess we're passing up and down a certain point on it. You got 1, 2. Okay, I agree with you. 3, you went short. What the hell, Elliott? Are you forcing this shit? Well, Elliott seems to think that we've got an ABC correction, which is what I initially started looking for. But it didn't fit my count. But Elliott squeezed one in there somehow. I don't know. We'll sit there and argue about it over Christmas, I guess. And by the time we figure out how it's really going to be, price has already made its move. That's my bitching about Elliott wave theory. I think and I may be wrong, but when I tried to get into it and go to it, I just found myself arguing with myself more than actually trying to get anywhere on the charts. And then all the confusion, and then I just like just the basics is all I need to know. Just the basics, just to let me know if I still got another high to look for. Is basically what I use Elliott wave for. I'm looking for the. Did I miss a 5th wave? That's basically what I use Elliott wave for. And the structure, once you get that 5-way structure, you're like, oh man, you see that everywhere. We almost got it. This looks a lot like it, but I still see it as a possible 3 than a 5 being higher. But that's just me. My name's not Elliot, so, and I own no waves. But is this a flag to the upside? Well, you know what Thomas Bukowski says about flags. He likes to see an actual flag pole. It may not look like a flag pole unless you go in a higher time frame, and that's still not really ideally, but maybe, kinda. Let's take our fibs. You're at the 0.5. I'm trying to find an argument to enter in. So if you're a flag, you've disappointed me and you broke my little heart there. I don't think you're a flag. I think you're a lower high. Where did you bounce back to? What is it, 4.5? I'm wondering if we might get an 886 retracement out of this one. All right, I'm not seeing an entry over here just yet. Let's look at our moving averages again. Compares crossed, yeah. All right. So I thought I might have something there on Cake, but I don't. Let me take a look at. I want to take a look at Floki. Floki on Binance. What do you got over here? You're underneath the 9 moving average. Trying to level out. So you got that. Well, we're seeing out of all the other altcoins, that October 10th bottom seems to still be weighing in on us, giving us a possible future prediction of where prices could be going on all these little guys. Looks like our next little run-in for this guy. We want to see what's going to happen here. Okay, good. That didn't work. Okay. I was looking for a possibility to come to a reason to come to the one lower, but I didn't see it there. So maybe at least on that local thing we won't get there. What have we got here though? Oh shoot. Oh, you'd be a butterfly then. Okay. Let's see what happens over here. Floki might be working his way down. Where are we at? 0.00004. Oh man, it may drop another. What is that? Is that 30? Is that 30%? 25%? It might drop another 20% there, maybe. And it may be a slow burn. It may be a slow accumulation that happens over time here. It may look like something like that. It may take its own little happy ass, until mid or something January to get down there. But I'm not seeing anything bullish just quite yet for some of these, sad enough to say. But if we are rounding, oh, that would be awesome. If this is the squeeze phase and then we go on the expansion phase over here in the spring, that would be cool. If we can keep the rounded shape and not just have it dump down. But even if she did dump down, we would look for it to hopefully hold at that wick, right? October 10th, the second day crypto died this year. Sadly, it was when Trump announced tariffs on China when that happened. And we just made it through that nasty drop in April 7th when the first tariff scare started hitting us and wiping us out. And gosh darn it, man, them tariff scares have just That does not help make crypto great again this cycle at all. So the market owes us. The market owes us. You take some of that damn tariff money and pump our bags. Is what you need to do, Trump. I'm just saying. All right. Let me come over to the chat. See what we're chatting about over here. Merry Christmas, everyone. Hey, Anita, how's it going? Anita, I bet I know what you want to look at. Chris Klein, you must have a big monitor for all those charts. Strega says, I'm thirsty. Well, Strega, I got something for you. If you're thirsty, baby, and sleepy. I'm just saying. It's not as good as tacos, though.
Gray. The clocks are full.
Hairy tacos.
The world outside moves slow, so slow.
I just figured out what that meant.
But there's a spark, a golden glow. Good ass coffee's here, you know. Oh, the best part of waking up is good ass coffee in your cup.
No taxes on crypto. That needs to be so true. Hell with all the damn losses. It might save more money on some of the refunds. Some of the tax credits. Jeez. Because October 10th ruined a bunch of people in this game, man. I see the run coming sometime at the end of February and early March. Just my thought once we get past Congress and their budget and shut down. I hope so. I mean, that would fit in with the GAN analysis. I hope that plays out. Because what I saw here in December hasn't quite played out yet. Oh, man. One thing, I mean, Bitcoin's going to be the winner eventually and everything, right? So Bitcoin is always worth playing, but all these other altcoins, I mean, I think everybody can agree now after this big ass whooping that we've had over the past 2 years with altcoins that you have to be more selective. But even that can go against you, right? Because people were being selective early on, and what took over? The freaking memes. Everybody said, I don't care about all that stuff over there. It's AI stuff. Or whatever. Yeah, whatever. I want memes. Let's go with memes. And memes were just taking over the show there. It kind of made me think of NFTs last cycle with all the memes with pump.fun. It's like, oh, wow. And then, of course, Trump's meme coin came out, and then that killed everything. I'm not trying to sound bad about Trump, but I'm like, man, maybe he should just, maybe it would have been better if he just watched crypto instead of being an active participant in it. I don't know. It's just been the wildest cycle. And I mean, they're all wild in their own respects. I mean, last cycle we had nothing but Gary Gensler's bull crap coming out, ruining everything, and now we got stuff that's supposed to try to help, but it seems like every time it comes out, it doesn't help. Poor little altcoins, man. I mean, they're just. Let's see how they're doing on the daily. FTN, what? FTN? What the hell's that? It makes me think of FTX. You were at $4.59 and now you're at $1.13 after going to 43. So I guess that explains your big bubble there. So not too bad on the daily so far anyway. I mean, we've been seeing 4 or 5% on bad days. Hadn't seen that so much. Here on the weekly, that's not bad. Well, of course, we're at the beginning of the week, so what does that say? The monthly, let's go check out our monthly for these altcoins here. Considering that we're 2/3 of the way into the month, that's not too bad. This sector right here is getting most of the stuff. Jelly is up 120 for the month. Jelly! I can't, or ICNT, Impossible Cloud Network Token. Oh, that's just impossible. Alright, well, if you told me it's impossible, then I guess I don't need it. But look for the year. Look for the year. Well, this one's starting to improve a little bit, unless the calculations have changed. That one was down quite a lot more, but man, 60, 70, 73% down, 50% down for the year. It's horrible. Toshi, what you doing right now? I still got my Toshi. Not as much as I used to have, but still got it. Where you at right now? I can't even read it. 0.0003. You're like fractions of a fraction of a penny, that kind of 0.003. Best you could get was a 1/10 of a penny back in when was this? A year ago. Oh my god. You suck, Toshi. Coming back to Bitcoin, we're still hanging under that $88,000 area. Bitcoin. Oh, are you coming down? Or am I long or short? Oh gosh darn it, I'm out. She's janking me around. It's best for me not to be in. I'm out. She was at my 40-cent area. That's my 1%. I'm out. I was short and then flipped and then I'm out. That's a sign to not be trading. That's a sign of over trading. And that's a sign of when you watch your account just slowly leak away. And it's more apparent on this tiny ass account. So we over here on Ourbit, that's what I'm trading over here. Tiny account, put $102 in there. I don't want to see where I'm at now. I'm back around 40. And most of it's been the chop recently. And a few of them got to around 3%. Instead of the 1% that I was shooting for. It's hard to do. Oh man, what happened over here? I'm trying to. Oh, here we go. Bring it back up here. And I did have a few trades on some altcoins, and there. Oh, now I'm at 39. Oh man, that's the lowest I've been so far. It's 39.66. We gotta get you back at least into the 40s here. Supposed to be showing how to grow this a little account, and so far I've shown you how to get it to half its value. It's hard as hell to draw. Here's why we're doing the small account. Okay, there is nothing better to test your skills and to help you to hone in on your problem areas than going through a small account, putting $100 over on an exchange and playing that sucker. And I would probably recommend trying to stick with Bitcoin mostly, not. The times that I have done this and spread it across altcoins, you see that money go away a lot quicker. So it's a good thing to hone your skill, especially against Bitcoin, and that's what I'm trying to do over here. I will take an altcoin trade every once in a while if I see something, a little short thing, and let it see if it plays out or not. But a small account will help you identify your weak points. You've got to. It's hard as hell to grow a small account. That's why you see the gurus on here. They'll say something. I mean, there's a popular morning one had a small account there for a little while. So I did this so I can show you guys how we can double this. And then that was cool for a while, and then it disappeared, and you never see it mentioned ever again. Because it's hard. It's hard. We've done it. We took one to 1,600, but a lot of luck was there, and that was when we got our big move out of Bitcoin back in 2023, in January, I believe. Oh, he felt like a genius, looked like a genius. It looked awesome. Like, oh, that was so easy. Let's do it again. And it's not that easy to do again. I'm just telling you, it's not that easy. But it will definitely improve your skills and help you figure out what you need to work on. It opens my eyes. It tells me that I overtrade quite too much, and then you have to nurture these things a lot more. It does take time away from your main account, so you got that. But I highly recommend it. It's very educational to play these smaller ones, especially when things are crap like they are right now, right? So take advantage of the time in the bear markets, and when things are down, that's when you're supposed to be honing your skills and trying to sharpen up your games and learning how to short and all these things. And these small accounts can help you, even our demo account if you want to do that. But with demos, you don't have the emotional connection to that money. I mean, shoot, I got a demo account over here. Shoot, I still got a trade. Oh my God, I got one trade's down $2 million, $2.6 million. Oh, they got me. I made 1.9 million, mostly Bitcoin. Still up on my Bitcoin trades. Look at that. I'm still up 200,000. I may have to take profits. No, don't do it. I may have to. We're at 80. Oh, man. Wait a minute. Because me altcoins are down. I'm on XCN. Something happened over here though. They added leverage somehow, and I don't know how that works. It was all spot before, and now trading over here is a little bit different. So I don't trade over it. And these are all things that we've had for a long time. But look, just down to $2.6 million on this XCN trade, which I never exited. I'm gonna hold it forever, like a dumbass. See, you do stupid stuff like that on these demo accounts. You don't take them as seriously as you do if that's your own money. Well, I would have been out of that a long damn time ago, right? But it's a good study to show you where all the money has been in Bitcoin. Bitcoin's the only thing that's been holding this thing up, even though I'm down $221,000. My account balance is 1.9 million. This is a $100,000 account they give you on TradingView for the demo. I'm just saying, it was Bitcoin that made it work. It wasn't altcoins. And take that lesson to heart. It's one of the reasons why I did that. I was going to play that strategy as my main strategy instead of doing the altcoins. And I thought, well, so I wanted to track them both ways, right? Yeah, should have held that Bitcoin. Just saying. Here was a little harmonic pattern that we had over here. I think we had a target down to 87.6. Did we ever get there? Are you still in a... No, you're not in effect. You had all this. You're old. You're gone. Oh, Bitcoin. You can't last past $88,000. What the hell's wrong with you? I know it's tripping out my... I should have some layered stop losses hit on my spot margin account. So much for that Adam and Eve, huh? This looks more like a possible Adam and Eve. If you're looking for an Adam and Eve pattern, you don't want it high and tight. You want they usually come. It's a double bottom pattern, right? I mean, this should be somewhere around here. I would think that maybe if there's a possible Adam and Eve, it would be right through here, right? Something trying to go on through here. If it's even trying to do that, it may not be trying to do that. Well, it looks like you bigger time frames are starting to win out a little bit, huh? This is the 24-minute. There's you still look like you can get back up here. So are you trying to fake us out? Let's go to the 15-minute. Looks like these guys want to have a say-so in it at 87.7. I wish I was short, but I would not short from here because, well, we're at a bottom. We're at support areas. This is when your mind, a lot of times, and even some of the gurus you see this happen a lot. When things are going to the top, that's when they want to buy and flag. And when the things are coming to the bottom, that's when they want to short, right? And those are the habits that we're trying to program ourselves and get ourselves out of, but you still see it a lot. And, I mean, because it's normal psychology that we feel that way, but sometimes you see the teachers actually get in on that. I mean, willingly get in on, I mean, just happily like, yes, I'm going to, and try to come up with some explanation for why they're going to short these bottom areas. I mean, it's usually involves a flag, I found. Just saying. We're just watching Bitcoin roll over and die here as we go into Tuesday. And now, okay, so they're dumping us on a Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, there will most likely be some kind of turnaround, as usually what they do. Now, oh crap! Maybe when are they closed? They'll be closed on Christmas, of course. It's the 23rd now, on a Tuesday. Wednesday be the 24th. Ah, hell, that's hard. That's hard to call, man. It's hard to call what they will try to do. It is really hard to call what they're going to try to do. What do you guys think they're going to do? Trump dump? That's a double bottom. It might have been. I don't know if it is now. I will reset my paper account on TradingView to 5,000 and set commissions at 0.032% leverage at 10x. That's good, right? Can we change the leverage over there? I haven't looked at it like that in a while. Nothing better than a rounded one. The parabola. I love saying that word. It is a fun word to say. Parabola. 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 It's fun. I like it. Well, this chart looks nasty and convoluted. And is this the one we were looking at? I had one that had things lined up. Ah, yeah, it was you. This one here. Oh, you were still not down there? For real? This is the 0.5 fib we were looking for. This is the 382 we're hoping to hold. Didn't hold it. Oh, man, I figured we'd be closer to you by now. We're not. So, trend line idea that we had on one time frame. And we're still around that area. You look shaky as hell over here. Let's put you down in the candle bodies right there. Put you down in them candle bodies on this angle. What do we got over here? Oh, you line up pretty decent. Like to see you do something. Oh, I moved something. Back up. So the best place to short would have been right over here when we lost that retest, in my personal opinion, right? When we had this guy going on right here. That trend line following up here. Losing the trend line, of course, it's happening fast, and I mean, well, the best place to short would have been over here at that resistance, right? When a lot of the flags were being drawn and all this other stuff. Actually, one of your morning people took a long right here, and then they quit talking about it. It wasn't that big a one. But that is what you get. And I don't know why they didn't see resistance. We had a trend line up there. It went perfect up to that trend line. And also fib retracement areas. There were all kinds of... I see all kinds of signs. When you guys are drawing flags to the upsides, I mean, I see all kinds of little signs that I'm like, oh man, you need to... I guess they don't know... they don't use those techniques. But those techniques save me from trying to... Oh, flag to the upside! It's a very popular technique here. It can work sometimes, just not at the tops. It doesn't work good at the tops. That seems to be the most favorite place to draw a bullish flag and a bearish flag at the bottoms for some reason. I hope this is making some type of double bottom. That's what I'm hoping for. Bitcoin, you disappointed me today. You really disappointed me. We have unemployment claim numbers coming out at 7:30 on Christmas Eve. For real? I wonder what. And they're dated from what, a month ago or something? Jim Market says 223,000 forecast, 224 previous. Is that for the unemployment claims? Here we go. Here's the little box thing. Oh, no, that's news. 1 hour ago. Here's why this Bitcoin bounce is designed to hurt the most. Well, let's figure this out. What is this? Bitcoin's recent bounce may look like a sign of renewed strength, but the price action tells a more deceptive story. With downside liquidity still thin and support holding firm, the market appears primed for a move that draws in eager bulls rather than rewarding them. This rally could be less about recovery, more about setting the stage for maximum pain when sentiment flips. Aligning the mid and the long-term Bitcoin outlook during an in-depth technical and psychological analysis, Mr. Wall Street explained that his broader outlook... Who the hell is Mr. Wall Street? His broader outlook on Bitcoin had already been clarified a week earlier. I told you a week ago. After some confusion around his mid and long-term stance. With those long-time horizons now clearly defined, he's turned his focus to the short-term picture. Outline the current market. I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen, mister. He reiterated that while his midterm basis bias on Bitcoin remains bearish, I'm very bearish, the short-term structure has turned bullish. But short-term, I'm bullish. The reasons centered on insufficient downside liquidity. There's just not enough liquidity down there to justify market makers initiating the next major leg lower. I like legs. Just saying. Legs. The imbalance supported this case for a temporary relief move to the downside. Thus, Mr. Wall Street, that's me, in proxy, placed long positions around the value area low between 80,000 and 84. Yeah, I'm a baller in a bounce that could later evolve into a bull trap. Shortly after, Bitcoin dipped and successfully retested the 84,000 level, which aligns with the EMA. This is starting to get boring. As a result, his long orders were filled as, oh, he's so great, because I'm great. This article's about how great I am and how good of a caller I am. It's not here to help you navigate anything. I'm just here to brag about what I did. All right. Being in longs doesn't change the macro bearish thesis. Mr. Wall Street clarified that holding long positions does not signal a bullish shift on Bitcoin. It's not bullish, though. I'm just playing the market. The broader outlook remains bearish, with expectations for the next major downside move toward the $64,000 to $70,000 region. In short term, Bitcoin is sitting on it with a strong support while the downside liquidity is limited, which reduces the probability. That didn't clarify a damn thing for me. But here we need to look at our indicators over here. Did we do that? We haven't done this. This is our total 3. Notice she's getting some rejection over here too. We redid you, didn't we? This was this way. Yeah. Okay. This is what we were. Oh, you got a breakout. You got a breakout from this trend line. Altcoins? That wasn't what I was expecting. I thought she'd rolling over here, right? I mean, she broke out of this red line and then we went lackluster. But she was at a curious, our 272 area right there, right? Good place to bounce there for us. Let's see what she's doing now. Where are you at right now? 382. Okay. So she pulling back and may over the next, what's this, a 4-hour time frame, the next day or so. But that's interesting that you got out of this with some volume here. Okay. So that's telling me altcoins are just kind of hanging out right now. I mean, nothing great, but that's actually a little bit more bullish than I expected. Looking at Bitcoin dominance, still overall higher lows and higher highs on this little trend here, but she's dropping right now. Now, the weird thing is that our good friends over on Wall Street, they have a fantastic day. Fantastical day. And matter of fact, I think they got a gap over here. They got so excited. Let's see if we can turn our regular candles on. Yeah. Oh, this is a 4-hour. I guess we need to go to daily. Yeah, the gap right here. They're so excited. They started way above where they were, where they left off the day before. They're like, oh, I'll pay extra. I don't care. And I was like, all right. Well, so they're doing happy. And they may come back and feel that at some point because that's what they like to do over there. But it looks like they're trying to continue to higher highs here. That's bullish AF. And we saw some of that. We saw some of that carry over into Bitcoin today, and maybe we'll get some more after effect tomorrow from it. Maybe, I don't know, man. I'm hoping. I would hate to see these stocks just keep going crazy. They're going cray-cray, while our crypto bags just keep dropping and dropping, and we keep getting played over here. This one says Bitcoin perpetual open interest rises as traders bet on year-end rally. Huh? Crypto derivatives markets are heating up as Glassnode reports perpetual futures open interest has risen in anticipation of a big move at the end of this year. I hope so, but it's not the norm. It's not the norm. That last week is usually disappointing. It is usually disappointing. The funding rate has also been heating up from 0.04 to 0.09%, which suggests derivative traders are anticipating a potential market move by the end of the year. Yeah, well, hope you get it. Asia market opens. Bitcoin stalls at 88,000. That's kind of what we're saying as Asian stocks ride the Wall Street momentum. Oh, that makes it all fair and balanced, doesn't it? Bitcoin steadied near 88,000 on early Asian trading on Tuesday as equities pushed higher into the year end, with traders leaning on risk appetite while gold and silver powered to fresh records on rate cut bets and geopolitical tension. A broad MSCI gauge for Asia Pacific shares rose about 0.31% as the mood carried over from Wall Street, where late week buying revived talk of a year-end rally. Crypto moved in step with a calmer tone rather than leading it, with Bitcoin trading around 88,680 based on CoinGecko data market setup. Snapshot. Lentron, a market analyst at XS.com, said the policy stance of the U.S. Federal Reserve still sets the short to medium term rhythm for Bitcoin. Although U.S. inflation has eased from its peak, with CPI year over year at 2.7 released last week, recent data indicates that the disinflation process is progressing slowly and unevenly, she said. This has forced the Fed to maintain a cautious stance, making it difficult to pivot quickly toward an aggressive easing cycle. She added that exchange reserves remain relatively low, and a sign many holders still prefer to sit tight. I feel like sitting tight. Though short-term moves keep tracking liquidity and sentiment, metals break records on safe haven demand. Metals seem to be getting the work. Bitcoin, you're at 87.9. We're still at the 88 level, right? I'm on the 50-minute time frame looking at Bitcoin, trying to see what this crossover that I hope we get. It might. She might just roll over. You don't know. We got to see the smaller moving average cross that bigger moving average. That is Miss Lucy down here, our little devil girl who loves to just wreak havoc with Bitcoin. Our little devil girl trying to make a deal with the devil down here at 87.7 area. I would say we're probably working our way down there. I mean, there's a good chance we'll touch that. I'm just throwing that out there, that when she's in here, that's a good chance that Price goes and talks to her. Although you didn't back here. He has an interference from that guy. You did get the bearish cross here, the death cross, 50 crossing the 200. So that's going to take a few minutes to walk off. You know, so I'm not being very bullish for you, Bitcoin. I would like to be, I would love to be, but you're disappointing me and breaking my heart. Justin Makachek says, Road Dawg, brother, please look at Bitcoin on the weekly. RSI looks bullish. Divergence may be hidden. There is some bullish divergence on the bigger time frames, hidden anyway. Higher loan price. Okay. I mean, the weekly, we talked about this, right? The monthly looks shot. The monthly is horrible. Okay, the monthly is telling us. Let's go. We'll come down to the weekly. We'll do it. We'll do it from the downside. The warning shot that has been fired that we cannot ignore is the monthly MACD. It's already happened. She's already pulled this off. Now there's a range of possibilities that can happen here, which could ironically involve, going back toward all-time highs. It can. We saw that even with the weekly, which blew my freaking mind. I've never seen that happen. But it tells you that just because it crosses on the monthly doesn't mean it's like straight down. It takes a while, right? But it crossed, and that's definitely a bearish indicator on the monthly for that to happen, and that's not something we're just going to change overnight. There's going to be months of sell pressure for this somehow. Meaning that we're going to be rubbing against the grain with this. No matter how, even if we go up, we're still rubbing against the grain. We're working. But the sandpaper is going against the grain instead of going with the grain, making it. You're getting this. It's not smooth. So that's one argument that we've got to be real with, right? And here we are, the monthly last time that happened. Back in 2021. So, and there were several months until we started turning around, right? So we do have that. Now let's move down to the 2-week. And let's take a look at some of these indicators over here. We got this little guy. Still got money flowing in the green. She's rolling over a little bit. All these little instances of bearish divergence happening over here on this indicator. Momentum wave tanking down, but it's not horrible, and money flow is not in the red. Now on the monthly, when the money flow goes red, yeah, that's definitely your bear market indicator on here too, right? Me back up to the 2-week, and let's take a look at our charts over here. 2-week, we are at the 50 moving average. I need a clearer chart. Oh, this is pretty good. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. So this is getting closer to what we're looking at, and this is part of the bullish argument. I'll give you that. Now on the 2 week, we are testing the 50 moving average. On the weekly, it is the 100. That's half of 2 weeks. Get it? But here is something that is happening that I can't say that we've experienced at all, have we? In this whole bull run since we were at bottoms, we got the bullish cross over here, the 9 over the 21 on this one. During this whole run from the bottom in 2023, the 9 never did cross the 21. The moving average never crossed it. It duck-lipped, ran above it. The green over the red one's what I'm talking about. Every time we came down, never crossed it. Never crossed it. It's crossing it. It's crossing it right now. Right now, it's crossing it. Doesn't mean that we can't come back up here, and that's 102,000 to retest the 9 moving average, right? How many times when we lose the 9, even in the bearish times, how many times do we come back and talk to it? Here we lost the 9. We did come back and talk to it over here briefly. On the weekly, this is when we were coming back to our 50 moving average, and we lost it and rolled under it and stayed under it until we finally got above it at 18.5. So here is one instance. Okay, here's an instance. Here's one instance where we did cross it on the 2 week and got back. That was the instance. That was during our double top last time. So it can happen. We see that it can happen. That was a scary ass time right there. But by the time that we were crossing, we were already on an uptrend, right? We had already recovered right when it was crossing. We were working on recovery. That's not the situation we're looking at right now. Definitely not the situation we're looking at right now. We're in a situation now where it can just add to it to drop us down, right? So it does look to me like we may be coming back and testing this 50 moving average one more time. That's at 86.1, right? 86.2 right now. We wick below it. Whether it holds or not, I don't know. I hope. Bullishly over here, I mean, the cloud still looks a little hopeful. We're not in it. We got a trend line that it's faint with this wick. It's basically from bodies to wick because we've already lost the main one, right? Bodies to bodies have already given up the ghost. We lost that. So we're hanging on by a thread just to take this line down to the wick over here, and that's where we're holding with these wicks too. And I mean, the house of cards can break down at any point now, or we could bounce. We're literally sitting on the fence right here, on the razor's edge, trying to figure out what's going on. And some of these hints are just not looking favorable. But let's come down to the weekly, and you mentioned the RSI. Now, what I'll say before I even get to that is we got declining price. We also have declining volume. Okay. What that signifies is that the selling pressure is lightening up a little bit. That's how we interpret that, right? Oh, look, we got the little thing over here. Here we go. Durable goods month over month on December 23rd. Forecast is negative 1.5. Previous was 0.5, so that went down. Durable goods month over month. GDP growth rate quarter over quarter. Second, what? Forecast is 3.2, previous is 3.8. Oh, hell, I don't even know. That's not something we normally look at. All right, so here we are on the weekly. And we're looking at our moving averages, 300, 200, 100, 50, 21. That looks decent. I mean, it sucks that we're below these, but you can still make an argument. Maybe we can bounce off the 100 and recover these. Maybe. 9 moving average is sitting at, what is the price? 94.7. I would love to get back at 94.7. We got that's really close to this little area right over here. Well, that's right at that little area right there. We can make an argument both ways, but we're right there on the razor's edge. The scales we're right there in the middle, one way or the other. One way or the other, and we're just sitting here, just waiting. Eating popcorn, trying to trade this and watching it chop us up for those of us trading. But you were talking about the RSI. I'll get to the RSI right now. I want to point out this. I've been pointing this out. Now, I saw somebody else look at this indicator today, and they were looking on the weekly, and they didn't have a green dot. I don't know where the hell they were at. But on everything I've got, this is a confirmed green dot on some of these. This is the weekly. On some of these exchanges, it's confirmed from last week. Where was I at just now? It just now printed it. And then on this one, where is this? Why do you always change this? Man, I tried to do this thing where, no, you got watermark and ticker. Okay, you're supposed to be there. I don't see the ticker. Here's another one. I'm trying to see what exchanges these are on. I can't see it. It's because I'm on. Coinbase, that's the one. Coinbase just now printed it on the weekly. Now, that's usually a bullish sign. We got to say that. When you get a green dot on the weekly, on this indicator, it usually means something, right? Market Cypher is really good on the bigger times. And that's marked the bottom. Will that happen? I mean, that can be part of our bullish argument on the bigger time frame, the weekly. I hope it does, man. I mean, really, really, we need that. My concern is about the money. Is it coming to, did you, wait a minute, get rid of that. No, it was the RSI just tilting up. But that's kind of cool if RSI is starting to tilt up. I was hoping money flow was starting to come up, but it's still slowly trickling out. And I gotta say, on this indicator, that's the most important thing, is this little green thing. It's also translated over here in this green bar. If it goes red, not good, especially on bigger time frames. But she can come down and start slowly going back up. That happens a lot if everything else lines up. So the weekly, I mean, the weekly's been giving us some good signs, and on some other, like I said, it's confirmed over here. It's been confirmed on this other exchange. We just haven't seen the effect of it yet. It doesn't happen immediately. Doesn't have to happen immediately. So yeah, on the weekly, we trend lines, moving averages on the weekly, support. Other moving averages giving us some areas that we can recover to. There's a little bit more bullish signs here on the weekly. Sucks that we're in the middle of that green cloud. That's not good. Now on this indicator, something that can happen is that we can play the old red dot, green dot game. And that starts looking like this stuff over here. Right? Get a green dot, and then you get a red dot, and then you get a green dot. And let's take a look and see what happened over here on that. We got red dot, green dot. And well, that was a little different. You could. I think every time we looked at it, we did get a pump though, right? On the weekly. What happened in price? We just kind of, when was this? February of 2022? So we got a green and got a little bit on the weekly. This was a weekly green dot. You're thinking, reversal! But that one didn't reverse. We just kind of went sideways, went up, and then we eventually went up a little bit before we got a red dot, and then we lost it. Well, that's disappointing. This was exactly this point in the market last cycle. This is exactly this point in the market. This is back when we lost the 50, went back up, and then retested the 50 and walked it out. This is a mirror image of what we were doing right back there. So yeah, and what was the RSI doing back then? And since you were mentioning RSI, and I haven't even got over to it yet. So RSI at this point in the game, the lowest I got was 34, and it was around 43. It's below the signal line though. Regained it briefly and then lost it. Okay, now let's move over and see what we got on signal line now. We're RSI. We're below the signal line, but we're not into the juicy low areas just quite. I like to see RSI get into the red. You can see how it kind of turns red at the bottoms. But we are closer to the 30% area now than not. But when it comes to RSI, We want to see it go below the 30, and then so we come back out, and when it comes back out, that's the buy signal. That's what the bots are going to be looking for. That's the RSI strategy there. Unless you just happen to bounce off of here, that's what you got to hope for. I don't have as much confidence on the bounce. Resistance ahead if it does, and it could just be a bearish retest and rollover. So not out. I mean, it's at a good place to start paying attention. There's definitely some signs here on the weekly worth paying attention to that could be bullish, and cross our fingers that they are, because we need that for 2026. If we're going to have a bullish 2026, we need this to be respected. If we're not going to have a 2026, then, well, she's going to do what she's going to do. But another thing about these bear markets is, you know, one of the things that we look for is the high that we have from last cycle usually becomes the low for the bear market. Thereabouts, you got to give it a little wiggle room, and you got that right over here. That's about 67, and we're closer to it than not. That's crazy. We were up at 90,000, and we were like just 10,000 away from 100,000 and trying to recover, and now we're here at 87, and we're like, well, now we're just closer to 77,000, 10,000 away from 77,000, 20,000 away from a possible bottom situation here. What was this? Could you look at an inverted head and shoulder to the upside? It probably worked. You know what the crazy thing is about these inverted head and shoulders? That they got about 64% chance to come back and retest the breakout area. That might be another argument for that bear market target there if we ever have to dip down there. I would seriously believe looking at between 65 to 70,000 for a possible bottom area for the bear market. And wouldn't it be nice that if we are in a bear market that it takes us a year and a half to finally get down there instead of getting down there and hanging down there forever? If that happens, man. So again, we're in conundrum. We're in a rock and a hard place with Bitcoin. She's either going to do something fantabulous from here, or we're going into our usual depressing downstage, which may not be as bad for Bitcoin, but what the hell will it do for altcoins? With some of them already at bottoms. I wish I had some solid answers to depart with you today as we watch Bitcoin fall even lower here. 87.6 and dropping. That looks nasty. You're wanting to short the... We're losing levels now. Horizontal levels and diagonal levels. The only thing is, if I take a short here, this is the easiest place for them to get me. It's a risky short to take here. You're shorting the loss of support, but it can turn into a bear trap and go against you. That's the danger of it, but you're wanting to do it though, ain't you? I am wanting to do it. I'm wanting to nibble just a tiny bit. Like, tiny bit. Like, very little bit. Like, I think it would be like... So I'm going to take it's tiny, like in, oh, that's 84 cents tiny. That's too tiny. I got too much leverage going on, don't I? We'll get like a $3 trade going at $3 on my end. It's 21x leverage. So what is it on their end? It's still tiny. Oh, it's a $61 position. Yeah. See, you've already bounced up a little bit from there, haven't you? Yeah. So I don't want to go too hard on it. We'll see what, and go ahead and put your stop losses in. Do this right. Good habits, Mister. See, look at you bounce, you little bastard. See, this is why I don't like shorting support, or even the breaking of support. Stop losses at 88. And I lose 28 cents. Which is less than my 1%, so I will take that. You should have went long. I'm not doing it. I'm not flip-flopping. That's either works or it doesn't work. start flip-flopping, and it just never ends. It never ends. Bad habit, bad habit. That reverse button is not your friend. Ichimoku Cloud looks horrible, and I'm on a 3-minute. You look horrible. Why, Bitcoin? Why do you want to pick tonight to dump? Because it was False Move Monday? I definitely think you can call it False Move Monday. We're going to the moon! Flying to the upside! That's not it. Our main trend line areas and everything, 86. Zoom out a little bit. Does that trend line count? Is that about? Oh, is that our big trend line? Was that our big boy? No, we got him colored. Oh yeah, we're below him on this one. On this one, we're below it. On this one, we're not. Okay. So a basic big line in the sand area here. There is a pattern called a 5-0. Happens after a shark, and we were looking at a shark, and I can't remember if this is the bottom of the shark. I'm not familiar with this pattern as much, but I want to see if we can find out how this one works. First place I want to check is Thomas Bukowski to see if he's got it listed over here. And look over here, I don't see the 5-0. Okay, so he doesn't have it. I'm going to do a search here. 5-0 harmonic. This is kind of a sideways pattern that's harmonic. And a lot of times, from what I'm reading, that they happen. Oh, you got a cheat sheet. Let's see what we got on the cheat sheet. It looks like this, which may look a little familiar to you, right? Something like, I don't know. I am not familiar with the correct ways to implement this. 0 to XA. We got 618. 224. I just know it has a basic of coming and ending on a 0.5 before it actually takes off on this one. And I got some to learn on it, but I've been questioning. I've been wanting to sit down and apply this to our bottom patterns that we got going on down here. But in a general sense, this is what the bullish part of it looks like. If we're trying to turn around here, if we got something that looks like this, and you had a double bottom with a lower low, and then you had a higher high, and then your D is coming around just a little bit below your A there. Just looking at it, does it look a little similar? Oh shoot, does it? All right, no, maybe, I don't know. Do we got a higher low? That one got to give us a lower low. Okay, well that may have all the instances for the bullish one. That's, oh hell, tell me we don't have the bearish one. That should be at the top though. AB is 113. Okay, so we do a 0 to AB. Do we have to use a different tool for this one? You have a 0XA. It's got 5. I don't think there's a tool. I don't think I can use my tool on it. So we got bottom to top, and we pulled back to around 786. Up to 113. We went up to our, yeah, still 113 area. It's not. We got a 113. What was? Do you have any specifics for A? So we do have a 113, and then you pull back to a 1618 or a 224 from you, yeah, from CD, right? Wait a minute. Of AB, okay, from AB. Which we have not done that. So it's oh my god, that's 77,000. No. Okay. That would suck. That would suck. And then what? We'd be looking at the 0.5 from that? Which would be right here. I don't think we got that. Wait a minute, you're the and you're the bearish one. You're the bearish one. You're the bearish one. You're the bearish one that would be doing this. I'm not liking that idea. If this is what's going on, I got to say I'm not crazy about that. But I can also say I've got no experience with the 5-0 pattern other than just kind of reading about them and studying about them, and thinking that we might be and having a little bit of recognition that we might be forming one, and knowing that they happen after a shark pattern. Well, they can happen after other patterns too. This wasn't a shark though. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? It was, wasn't it? Where are you, Sharky? We're playing with some harmonic ideas here, and it may be over your head. Some of it's still over my head. Some of it with some of these new tools. Not if I break out my fibs, though. It makes a lot more sense to me when I use my fib tool. I don't... 382. Man, you're barely. And we look for 886, which we got. Yeah, that's the one that I've been looking at. It's a shark pattern, and the 5-0 could be the retest there. Does that mean? In that case, that would mean the shark pattern would fail, and they can fail. They're not supposed to, but they can. And after a sharp pattern, you can get that. And also, this was the generous sharp. This was there's another sharp version that kind of takes us down here, which is also, I mean, we could still do this on this idea that I've got over here. But we were lucky enough to catch the 886 fib on it. So, harmonics zooming out here. I'm on the 3-day chart. Doesn't really matter where you're at on this one, but. And you would be from X8. Which would technically be here. I guess we need to label this so I know what the hell I'm looking at. 16 people hanging out with me while we look at some of this. We got the Christmas music going on right now. See if we can change our music around a little bit here. Bump some of this stuff up. Three days giving us a green dot here. What's going on in the MACD on the 3-day? 3-day, look at this! 3-day. We've had a green dot on the weekly. We've got a green dot on the 3-day. MACD looks like she's trying to flip bullish on the 3-day. 9 moving average has not crossed bearishly over the 200 moving average. We lost the 200. We briefly recovered it, but lost it. But still, the 9 moving average has not crossed bearishly. 50 is still above the 100, and we're on the bottom trend line. I like the 3-day chart for hope. The 3-day chart gives us hopium. The 3-day chart gives us hopium. Where's my I used to have little sticky notes. Yeah. Today is 12/23. We're going to make notes so we can kind of stay on track here. It's easy to forget some of the things that you see and need to pay attention to. So I find this helpful. 1223. 3-day. Bullish signs. Yeah, support. You got fib. $9 MA over 200. And you got shark completion zone. Retest. All right, so I like the 3-day. 3-day looks hopeful. The daily, we're still above the 9. We're still above the 9 moving average. I cannot talk about Bitcoin when she's still above the 9 especially on the daily. Now she's technically flirting with losing it. Well, no, not even on the real candle. We're still above the 9. Even on the Christmas tree candles, we're still above the 9. That weird looking doji looks almost like a dragonfly doji, doesn't it? Make sure I get that. No, you're not. Are you? Are you? They're a little bit more toward the top. You're. All right. Will you qualify for a dragonfly? It's a bearish dragonfly doji. If I'm looking, I don't know if you're necessarily a doji. Let's see what Thomas Bukowski has to say about it. I've never really gotten into all of his candle index because I don't do the candle body patterns as much. Nope. Don't you have a visual? Don't you have a visual candle index? Candle pick index. Yeah, here we go. Oh, this is more patterns than candles. Just going over these things real quick here. I may be missing you. Like a bit more in here. Doji long-legged. Gravestone doji. Southern doji. Oh, we got a southern doji? Howdy. Bukowski, I've never heard the southern doji. It just looks like a cross. That's why it's southern. Alright, well this is not being helpful. We'll have to do that on your own time, Road Dawg. Okay, so weekly looks interesting, 3-day looks interesting, daily's kind of whatever. Small times suck, and that's our life with Bitcoin at the moment. Red candles galore here on the smaller time frames. Ooh, what we got going on here? What you got going over here with this little thing here you keep bouncing back from? $272. Might get a little short-term traction out of this one. For right now, local on the 1 minute, I'd be looking for 382 to be tested. I don't know that we'll get past there. But there might be a tiny scalp long trying to happen here that might turn into something a little bit more adventurous. We can say that. And if we can get past that area, it might be going back to 88. We're looking for a bullish scenario here. I don't trust it though. Unfortunately, yeah, it's a nice double bottom possible if we start seeing some action here out of Bitcoin. Got some bullish divergence happening here, so we're trying to get some response to that. And here we got another Another green dot. You trying to do something? Well, good for you. I hope it sticks. I hope it sticks. It's got a chance to have a little play upside. How far upside, I don't know. It could easily go up and then just roll right the hell over, and then we come back and we start playing with these guys over here, working our way back down to this bottom trend line area for support, which I think we probably will be trying to do. Let me come back to the chat. Make sure I check the comments. I saw a dingo. Hey, we got Jay Violet. How you doing, Jay Violet? Good to see you. Shout out to you, Jay Violet. Always a pleasure to have you here. And Anita. Let's take a look at ladies for Anita here. I hope it's held. I hope it's held, Anita. I hope it's held. I got out of I still hold some of it, but I got out of the trade. I'm just letting, it's spot margin. I'm just letting it sit until it kind of figures out something. I did that for several of them. Have you been going? Okay, good. Okay, good, right? Is this what happened? This is what happened today, right? Or no, this happened a couple days ago. All right, so she bounced up and then she's coming back a little bit, but a nice double bottom. It was a 1618. So, and it made a higher high. It got these guys out. That's good, actually. That's good. I mean, I hope it holds. I really do. Bitcoin keeps going down, then it can affect everything else. So we're getting a 786 retracement. That would be a great place to bounce. Maybe the 886 will come into place. I don't have anything to tell me definitely to look for that just yet, but it could be. I'm on a 2-hour chart here. I'm on the 2-hour chart. What are you looking like? See what you got on the 1 hour. Losing the 200 on the 1 hour, but you still got your other moving averages over here, which can help. 100's crossed bullish. It's like a little rocket ship. He's up and to the right. What happened over here? Yeah, I can't figure out what you're trying to do there, huh? It's bearish right now. Alright. That was nice. That was nice. That was a nice move there. I don't know if that helped you out. That was 42%. I don't know if that helped you take any profits or get paid or anything. I would assume that you're probably in drawdown from it, from previous price action. It had a nice spike up there too. When was this? This was November. If you can take the money when you get them, I would recommend that you take the money when you get them. If you're in drawdown, then it probably, you're probably just sitting there holding. My position's definitely in drawdown, and I got into it on one of the bottoms that we thought we had on it, right? It's had a rough ride here. It's had a rough ride, but the 618, I believe, was from here. If I'm not mistaken. Well, it wasn't your 618. That was your 382 area on that one. Wherefore did we get that? It wasn't from you, was it? That couldn't have been you. It had to have been from zooming out to something bigger then. Was it? It was you, wasn't it? Was it you? From up here. Yeah, it was you from up here. The bigger move, the more important move. So let's cross our fingers, Anita, that this will hold for our bottom. And technically, since we took it from up here, that's the one that gave us the sign. We can pull our fib from up there. It's just going to be a little. It may take a while before we see these areas hit. Money printer going burr ain't helping us out too much, unfortunately. Let's scale this one down to our last high that we had in May of 2025. And where are you at? Right here, right? So we'll find the 236's areas for bigger targets. Well, it'd be great to see it go up to that 0.26 area. Or 44. Hopeful at this point. I mean, just I hope in a dream at this point. Other than, but we do have the 618 bottom here area that let's hope that holds. I mean, that really needs to hold. Unfortunately, here on the daily, it is giving us the red dot indicator here, and those stochastics are coming down on the daily. 4 hour, at least you're bottomed out. So I don't know if the 786 level that we're at now will hold, and it may be coming back down to retest this area down here. The neckline of the possible double bottom area. I mean, technically it's at the wick of it now, but we could be testing the candle body area down here if she wants to continue. But let's just extend this out and see if maybe we got some wiggle room to hold that little guy. Not looking very confident here on the smaller time frames, is it? Other than this green dot, maybe we got something there. I'm always looking for the hoping situation, but is there any bullish divergence happening here? It'd be cool if I had an RSI that looked like something that just got a straight line, so I can't call bullish divergence on that one. All right, so all we can do is hope at this point. All we can do is hope at this point. You got bullish crosses over this 360. I can see arguments for reasons for us to pull back up. The question is when will it do it? Anita need her lady fix. Hopefully we got that. Crypto is sponsored by Good Ass Coffee. We need a Good Ass Coffee break right now, I believe. Good Ass Coffee. Oh, snap. Hey.
The morning's gray. The
Oh my God.
The world outside moves slow, so slow.
I just saw what time
But
it is.
there's a spark, a golden glow. Good ass coffee's here, you know. Oh, the best part
What's up?
of waking up is good ass coffee in your cup.
Uh-oh. That didn't work. That whistle never works. Anita Cho! Good ass coffee. I just looked up and saw that this stream has been going on for almost 2.5 hours here. Honestly, it feels like maybe 30 minutes. Crazy how that happens. And we're still watching Bitcoin. Somewhere around 88. Oh, hey, what? Wait, why is this? Why are you at 88,000 over here on CME? Aren't they open? They don't close during the day, do they? They stay open all the time, right? Or what? I mean, why are you trading higher, CME? Are you? You're not moving. But you're telling me it's at 004 and that's 59? Did they stop trading or something over here? Okay, I'm pretty sure that we're moving on a 5-second chart because you're moving on all the other damn ones. Something is askew with MBT, with the CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange here. Oh, did you drop too far and they had to halt trading? Is that what happened to you guys? What the hell is going on over here? Well, that's curious. That's really curious. So the big boys decided to halt price on Bitcoin, or whatever that chart did, the trading platform did. There is nothing trading under 88,000 over there, so whatever that translates into in the morning, as any kind of local gaps or something that they might have a hard on for. Meanwhile, on everything else in crypto related, we're Well, it's continued to drop down, and didn't I go short? And my shorts and not working. Of course, when I come over here and look at it, oh, now you're making a higher. Oh, look at you, you little bastard. You little sneaky bastard, you. Why am I? Why? Short support, and there's. I thought I shorted you over here. Oh, I entered because you left, but that's not where I shorted. I see what's going on. Well, look at you. This will probably go against me, you little bastard, but that's fine. I went very small. Some days crypto sucks. Today feels like one of those days. Piverse? What the hell's Piverse? Oh, we got some cow. Cow's doing something. Just on a tiny scale. Cow. Actually, I think I have a little. I don't know if I still do. But I had a little bit of cow. It looked interesting because of, since the SEC's lightening up and they have, I think they share profits. Cal, what the hell are you? I forgot. You're a decentralized exchange is what I was thinking, right? Decentralized protocol, Cal. Right? Kind of important for me to know that now, I guess. You got 1 billion maximum supply of Cal. There's half of it is circulating right now, and you're across several, your Ethereum, Gnosis Chain, Arbitrum, and on Base. You can get Cal on Base. Across a lot of exchanges here. Cal. Let's find out what you are, Cal. Instead of directly executing trades on chain, users sign the swap intention to delegate the execution to so-called solvers, blah, 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 whatever. Yeah, let's just go to the website. Don't get milked. Cow DAO. That's a DAO. Develops the most user-protective products in DeFi, so you can do more with less worry. Well, I'm worried about you going to zero. What can you do to tell me about that? Open source permissionless DEX aggregation protocol, XDEX aggregator. The DEX that lets you do what you want. I want number to go up. Can you make that happen? Start trading. What does it look like? I've never actually seen it. We got swap. Cross-chain swaps are here. That was cool. You can swap across chains with Cal. Oh, Apple stock. I keep. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Let's do a limit. I'm not connecting the wallet, but I'll see. Okay, just checking out your platform over here. I guess Apple's not it. How about good old Wrap Bitcoin? I don't want to connect the wallet just yet. Alright, well. That's their snow, not my snow. I guess we got double snow going on. We got a blizzard going on with their snow and my snow. Alright, well, cow. Road Dawg needs a whistle for Christmas. I need one that works. This one doesn't work. All right, guys, it is time for, I think, for us all just to go to bed and wake up tomorrow and wait for Santa Claus to bring us a Santa around. Oh, here you're dropping now. Is my short? I'm down 2 cents on this. Well, is this going to work or not? We did have okay. I have found one of the reasons, and maybe some of the exchanges do that. I found sometimes when I add to a position over here, it cancels out my stop losses. I think that's been how you've been getting me. I can actually do a schlong. Now we're just being stupid. You got higher lows though. Yeah, now we're just being stupid. But it is cool here on, and some other exchanges do it. CoinEx doesn't do it. I get pissed at CoinEx. They won't let me do a long and a short at the same time over there. So I get locked in on one side or the other that I'm on over there. I still got that resistance over here. I've got this set that if it stops me out, oh, I don't have it set. I'm going to set it. I got my stop loss set at 88,000, and I'm going to set it where it'll do a reverse if it comes and takes me out. If she decides to go bullish and take me out, they'll just flip this little small one over. That way I don't have to worry about this crap anymore. I can lower my stop loss though over here to 87.8, so we can do that. And that way I only lose 15 cents. I'll take that because I ain't got very much left over here to deal with. So for that to happen, you would have to break up above this area. Let me tickle your fancy just a little bit. Let's put you at 805, 806. How's that? Get a little bit more wiggle room above that top wick there in case. Oh, that's right at that top wick. Yeah. I kind of like to have a little bit above it, give it some wiggle room, but we'll see. We'll see. So the idea is if it comes up here and stops me out and gets above this, you know, kind of trend line area here, it will flip to a long. And I want to see here. And if it doesn't, then we'll just keep this little short going, and it is a little short. Bitcoin. Why you gotta be like this? We should be at 100,000. You should be going to 100,000 right now. But instead, you're trying to flush everybody out and get everybody scared, make us go short after you drop down past a resistance area, only for you to bear trap and possibly get back in. That's what I think you're trying to do. I think you're trying to bear trap us and get back in. Are you? Is it a bear trap or is it a bearish retracement? It looks like you're trying to bear trap. Are you? 9 hasn't crossed the 21, so nothing confirming that just yet. Even when it does, it's not confirmed, but it would be better. I guess I'll hang out here until we see what's going on. 11 people hanging out. You guys are troopers, I'm telling you. I've already shot my time on the stream. Now we're heading toward 3 hours. That's crazy. Trying to see what happens here. If we go up and get above it, or we roll over, and but you've been making higher lows here. Locally, that's cool. It could still be a bear flag come down. It's not good that we lost this red line, but are you trying to recover it? Can you hold it if you do recover it? Will you hold me if you don't recover it? Because I've got some plays in Bitcoin on some other exchanges that are not very happy with what you're doing right now, I gotta say. And well, let's go, Bitcoin. Oh my God, it's so boring on the 1 minute. I gotta come to the 10-second to get some action. Bearish. Trying to recover. What we got going on the old 10-second? Well, the only way to play the 10-second and play it correctly is to take it to the bowl game. Ladies and gentlemen, we exit this screen to go now to the Bitcoin Bowl.
Don't sell that cooler, lock it in the vault. Turtle on the throne, he's a default.
Wow, glad to have you here. We got sidetracked by that cooter. That cooter will do that to you. It gets you sidetracked and off onto something else. But now that you're here, we're looking on the 10-second chart for Bitcoin. Wow, this room is very noisy, so it seems. We do have a microphone on, right? We can be heard. There's a lot of busy activity going on over here, noise-wise. Oh, we got a foul for Bitcoin. She's crossed that 200 moving average, going to the downside. Is this an inverted head and shoulders? Well, doesn't look like it to me. Could it be a triple bottom? Well, it could be that. We got 3 bottoms around the same area. It'd be great if it holds, but right now, Bitcoin's trying to scare the bejesus out of us with a short. Moving to the downside. 10-second chart, baby. Where the Degens play. Well, since we're here, we might as well draw some lines here. Well, looks like we got rejected on the top of a trend line. Makes sense. They're looking at the possibility of an inverted, a triple bottom idea coming from this aspect. Of course, a lot of the know-it-alls over here will be saying, no, it's a head and shoulder top reversal pattern at a bottom support area, which I just laugh at and say, that's silly. Don't be stupid. We're waiting to see what the bulls can take price action and turn this little bitch around. Is this the correct bold music? I'm not sure we got the correct bold music. Why does it sound weird in here? They're sad about being below the 9 movement average right there. Well, it looks like the bulls are trying to take the price back from the bears and get above the 9, a moving average. Trying. Oh, and they lost it. Oh, that was a foul. As much as you try, Bitcoin bulls, you're just not recovering. That 10 second has given us the old dreaded bearish red dot right here. Take us down below a triple bottom, giving us a quad bottom. Is there such thing as a quad bottom? I think that means it's going to lose it. Well, you're going to have to tell these head and shoulder boys, you're never going to be able to teach them not to apply this pattern that way. But if it works, it doesn't work. It will not be reliable for a pattern to play down here. I'm just telling you. You might see some magical mystery reversal happen right here with that shoulder, head and shoulder to the downside. Even if it does play out, don't expect them results. It is not dependable as a support pattern. Did we get a green dot here on the 10 second? No, we just lost it. Oh, look, I told you that head and shoulder's going to... shut up. I never play head and shoulders patterns on the bottom. Sure, you can say, well, look, it's working out. Is it? Is it? Is it really? Oh, it. On the 10 second time frame. On the Bitcoin board. Oh, it's good ass copy time.
I just want to say thank you very much.
Well, as much as I like to diss on these little guys, I do not play them that way. But you do see a lot of people, look at that on these bottoms. I do not. The reason for that, and I think it's a good time to go over it and go to your head and shoulders pattern over here on thepatternSite.com. Index. Are we? Did my internet go out or something? What's going on? What's going on over here? Why are you locked up? I get nothing over there. Are we still? No, internet's still working. That was weird. Who's Cat? But Kowski, is your site? Is your pattern down? Is your site down or something? The site can't be reached. That's weird. All right. Well, the crypto gods say we cannot look at head and shoulders patterns over on thepatternSite.com. Where did we touch? Is a yellow line's user a 6-1? Oh, you lost it, baby. Well, bad example to teach this idea. I'm not going to convince anybody, but let's put it in this perspective. Let's just call it, a channel. And look at it that way. I would feel much more comfortable with that idea. Although it is a channel and you do have measure move, it would be the same exact thing that you would get from a head and shoulders. So, my goodness. head and shoulders are reversal patterns. They're not continuation patterns. It'd be like playing this as a continuation pattern. Or, well, you'd be... I see people use it wrong. I'm just going to shut up because it's just dropping like a mofo right now. Hey, how's our short doing? That little tiny short made me 23 cents. Well, bless your little heart. That would have been a good place to add to it when we were back up there, wouldn't it? Wow, I'm really cooking on this one. I finally got something going in my favor, and that's a tiny ass trade. You might be able to make back the exchange fees that they took from you. You're dropping like a mofo. Look at you. It make me want to chase, but I'm not going to do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we're losing Bitcoin and losing everything over here, and I'm pretty sure that our altcoins are getting smashed over here too. Yeah, total 3's coming down. Sometimes it sucks to be in crypto, doesn't it? So to recap, we're trying to see what happens over here about 86.9. I don't know if we'll get any traction there or not. We did have some other things on some other charts with some lower targets there, right? Oh crap, you already hit our 0.5 from where I measured. Probably the scary areas I'd be looking for mostly would, oh gosh, I hope we don't get those. And all the trouble started when we lost our main trend line and barely retested it, ladies and gentlemen. And just a reminder about where we've been and where we might be going to. If you take that measure move, it is indicating, oh, you're telling us there? Measure moves just takes us down to the 618. You know, if we do get a bounce at the 618, that would be great, because that could bring us back up to this guy over here. So I would be cool with that. I just can't stick around all night to wait for it to happen. It is time to go. I'm getting sleepy. The turkey's getting tired. The price is dropping. Portfolios are getting smaller unless you're shorting. But my short is so small that I'm up a whopping 28% on this short. Woo, I'm in the money now. If I add to it, I ruin the trade. All right, everybody, I'm going to the end screen. I'm done with Bitcoin tonight and done with this. But look, cross our fingers. Hopefully the bleeding will stop. We will find support and not just see everything drain over on Christmas. But they playing some serious games. The cool thing that happened today is they did take out this high over here. Okay, so let's recap the positives. They did take out this high that we had over here. They didn't quite get past these areas over here, right? The initial places at 90,006, but we did take out all these little higher highs over here, and we can just be in a nasty ass range. All right, there are some good things on the weekly that suggest that, you know, this bottom support area, that, you know, major trend line can hold, and we still got a lot of wiggle room between us and the bottom trend line. It is 84,000. If we want to get real rambunctious, maybe 83. And they could just be part of a big shakeout, and we could be bouncing from here and finding, you know, a more positive January and February and March coming eventually after we fight through these areas with Bitcoin. Or we're watching gold and silver make all new time highs. You think Bitcoin would be in that category, but for some reason it's not. Or we go through that 1 year bear market, lose this trend line, and start working our way down towards 60-something thousand. I'm not wanting to see that. We want to see things happen for the good for us. We want to see things happen like they should have last year, but here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gone for the day. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you again tomorrow. What the world? Merry Christmas, everybody. Penalty flag. Well, this sucks. Oh, you're still here, Chris? Wow, you're a trooper, man. It's time for Good Night John Boy, isn't it?
A cruel joke overdose on high pitch. Now we're broke.
You look a nasty Bitcoin.
Rush is fake. The pain's too real. Grease the trap. Sealing the deal. Let the wisdom kick. Overdose on altcoins. Time to get slick. We can whale games. Dumping in the dark. Crypto chaos hits. Leaving its mark. We can whale games. Riding the wave. Laugh at the drop of the brave. With the market twisting till the crash come alive. Grease the villain, but we survive. We can whale games. Oh, stupid tricks. Let the lessons grow. Saturday morning screens flash red again. Whales play their game, driving us insane. Stupid scams calling for most cruel play. Altcoin overdose, burning with dismay. Possibilities blinded, greed's my dark guide. From genius to joker on this wild ride. Market's a circus, I'm the clown in the ring. Overdose on altcoins.
Hey, Floki's Angels. Thank you for being here.
The crash is true. Grease the thief. What I get into. Time to wake and
Love you guys, too. You guys have been very supportive. Thank you so much.
we can whale games, thumping in the dark. Crypto chaos hits, leaving its mark. We
I'm on the 1 minute chart, just seeing what she's going to do. Ichimoku Cloud looks like. Let me turn music down. Now we got it slanting down. RSI is buried on this one. Should start seeing some responses here, but chances are most likely that we're at least trying to catch something here at 86.8. I hope so. So given that we're slanting down, I'm getting a little hopeful, but I see nothing here that tells me that we're about to rock it. Other than the RSI buried, might happen, but gosh darn it, can't really tell from the 1 minute. Bitcoin. Oh, I'm up 34 cents. Yay.
whale games. Whale games.
I'm up a whopping 34 cents. That's awesome. Good night, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. See you tomorrow. Good night, John Boy.